How does that sound? Does it come through? Can it come through on the headphones as well? The sound? As in, I can't hear it in here. No, so just here. Do you know how to do it so I can hear it through here, or is that? Yeah. No. Okay, no worries. Yeah. Yeah, no, fair enough. It needs the converter, right? Okay. No. But you can, like, say if I went to buy a converter, you could then maybe, could you then, like, hear me in here? Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, okay. Nah, fair enough. That's okay. All good. But is there like a converter that you can buy? Is there a converter you can buy to have that possible? Okay. Okay. Yeah, beautiful. All right, I'll get it for next time. We live. Yeah, it sounds good, like the quality. I got them today, I wasn't too sure, but it sounds good. Yeah, no, I usually I have these at futsal. Expensive. Obviously, that's Good afternoon and welcome to live coverage. We're here at Olympic Park for this round 4 fixture of the NPL Women's. Heidelberg United, they host Calder United. As kickoff has proceeded, we'll run through the lineups quickly for today. The home side, changes made in comparison to last week. Amy remains in goal. Edwards, French, Galia and Galuccio line up in defence. Galuccio celebrating their 50th appearance for Heidelberg today. Oka, Musta and Miata feature across the middle of the park. Finally in attack, it's Palia, Lahopoulos and Weston for the team yellow. Their opponents, Calder. Camilleri lines up in goal. Smith, Easton, Aiton and Eck lining up in the defensive half. Cross has been swung into the back post, and an early chance perhaps for Heidelberg, nearly taken. Fast start for the home side. Spapalia with the chance. Really causing early headaches. There's an opposing goalkeeper in Camilleri. In the meantime, having Amber. Momentarily. So the start, it's rather shaky with the home side pressing firmly. Suffering danger momentarily. Work Calder. First corner of the afternoon. And the home side coming out the gate red hot. I want to take it quickly. Allows a chance perhaps for Kelly to get the cross. Cross in to French, who could not connect the way she would have wanted to. Ominous signs from the home side early on. She has a head of the left foot dispatched towards the back post. Climbing to make their headed effort towards goal was Lockhart. Must excuse the way I've announced the teams there. Having a look at what's going on in the park, I've noticed that perhaps players are in different positions. It was French lining up in defence, with Galuccio also back there too. 50 appearances for her today. She had a stint with Bayswater prior to re-signing for Heidelberg. No stranger to the club. First side try will be looking to make it a celebratory occasion. There's a long ball over the top, might find Ambo. French had to be equal to the task. Ambo waiting for the reinforcements to arrive. And that's the recovered possession. Calder rather. Provocative pass, not going to come to anything meaningful. My name's Adam Palombic. This is my NPL Women's debut today. The Lone Ranger. There is decent conditions for football. The floodlights, of course, beaming down upon the players. Bank surface looking rather impressive today. There's no wind or breeze visible. A bit sticky, the conditions. It had rained a little bit before when coming into Olympic Village to arrive at Olympic Park. Of course, the turf does look a little bit dewy. So we'll see if that can have any effect on the contest.
Both sides have had a relatively slow start to the season. I feel as if they're both going to try their best to battle each other today. Of course, Calder United, they're associated with Western United. Calder based out in Keilor. As Heidelberg attempt to try to find some ground. The opposing half of the field, the home side.
That pass might go Frey and allowed Calder momentarily to break, and the foul had to be drawn. And so tactically, by Galuccio,
who stops the counter-attack momentarily. Still early stages, either side really able to marinate in possession or build territory. One ball forward search for Ambo. French couldn't climb. Flag has gone up. For an offside, Heidelberg can breathe a sigh of relief. To have a look at the ladder. Both these sides, despite the early stages of the season, as aforementioned, haven't had the start they would have wanted to. Of course, at the top of the table remain Football Victoria emerging. 2 wins and 2 draws for them, but as for the home side, currently sat in 9th place. 1 win and 2 losses so far this season. The away side not too far off them. Sat in 7th place on 4 points. With a win, a draw and a loss. As Heidelberg have remained lively early on, causing problems for Calder. Clearance had to be made. In the box, and they'll look to continue to build. Edwards with that Musto. Central onto ball is Edwards onto the edge of the box. Edwards going to receive her early on. She goes up and high towards the direction. Momentarily looked like an attack might have been on. Heidelberg able to remain composed and regather possession. Of course, Calder keeping with their traditional shape, the 4-3-3, with the playmaker role being awarded to Shinzu, who have their lineup available.
Penalty might be awarded here. The referee's pointed straight to the spot.
The away side have ventured forward and now have a spot kick.
Just as I was prepared to announce their lineup for today, a penalty has been awarded.
Just having a look back on the footage to see what might have happened there. It was a handball.
Not the start Heidelberg would have wanted. And Sandhu is behind the penalty. Bailey has a task.
The referee was
in a perfect position to award the penalty. As Sandhu steps up from the spot and dispatches emphatically.
And Calder United have come to Olympic Park and taken an early lead. And we recently gathered information on Calder United's lineup. Camilleri does remain in goal. Their captain, Ike, playing down. Intervening as Heidelberg tried to find a quick response. There was, as I have mentioned, intervening. And Smith, Langley and Lowry in the centre of the park. Shimzu is the playmaker for them, with Ambo, Lum and Sandhu the goal scorer in attack. Of course, Mami Ambo last week was in the central region of attack for United. Which resulted in a 2-2 draw against the Brunswick Juventus. We are in Heidelberg West today. She's trying to play it out the back and perhaps caught off her line. Would have been Bailey. So the right side just not allowing Heidelberg to really take territory. The high press working. Bailey momentarily. Alarm bells ringing. Of course it was Ambo last week from the spot. This week it's Sandhu and now Ambo. With the central region, shot towards goal. Going well wide. Shimizu's had a lovely start to this one. She converted the penalty. Not converted the penalties. Sandhu that converted the penalty. Shimizu is looking to open her account. She's leading the line today at number 7. As French. Rousseau. Happy to send it out wide to Edwards. And just being dispossessed for the meantime. And we're Heidelberg. It's Calder to build in the centre of the park. Edwards confronted as Calder kept going. Incisive pass for Loom. Chance remains. And Mia Bailey off her line had to intervene. Done so well. Heidelberg with the quick start from kickoff. They now have a corner to deal with. As you can see, Henson and the captain Eki all in the centres, cross towards that region. Bailey once more had to come off her line. And she forces her players to push up as Heidelberg go over the top. Calder momentarily caught out at the back. The keeper, Camilleri, coming well and truly off her line to intervene. And turning was Deborah Langley. With Calder awarded the free kick following the foul. So 14 minutes played so far. You are just joining us here at Olympic Park. A United penalty. Calder United penalty was converted. And then number 6, Sandhu, placed it to the left corner of Bailey's goal. Since then, the Heidelberg keeper has been called upon on more than one occasion to intervene. They had nearly started Heidelberg, considering from kickoff they ventured forward and earned themselves a couple of corners. You could argue against the run of play, Calder had something up their sleeve. As Musto's letting it roll. Here's Galuccio on her 50th. Gets things moving. Ashka Miata. Here's French. She crosses towards the back post. That's one is very dangerous to deal with for Camilleri. Ball just swinging towards that back post region. Goalkeeper for a second there might have been concerned. That one could have been swaying to the top left corner. Over Musto, jostles quickly to take the corner. Heidelberg are going to try to find an equaliser. You can see French at the near post. As Musto awaits for her players to jostle. Edwards also amongst it. Musto couldn't get too much shape on it. It's cleared by Calder. As Ashka Miata tries a back heel and hasn't worked to her advantage. That ball's gone afraid towards the, I dare say, Heidelberg bench. Musto trying to use her strength. Of course, Musto and Miata both play for the Preston Panthers or the series women's futsal on a Wednesday night. Two very important players on the indoor court. And Miata has had a lively start to her tenure in Melbourne for Heidelberg. Her first goal on Australian soil coming against the Bulleen side a couple rounds ago. Emphatic left foot effort at the Venator club, finding the top left corner. And though it was a consolation goal against the Lions, they won 3-1 on that occasion. It wasn't a consolation, just having a recap of the notes here. It was 1-1 at half time. That goal perhaps would have equalled the scoring. The winner of that fixture ran away with it. The latest fixture against the Royals, they were at home. 5 days ago, the pretty quick turnaround for them. They trailing only 1-0 at half time. Meanwhile, Calder are in on goal, and there's a chance here for them. Just pulled wide. The final moment from Lum. And on the counter so far, Calder looking very dangerous. As they continue their high press, Bailey lofting ball and chasing. That one's going to come right towards the fan stand. That one's hit the desk. You might have heard that one. As French gets moving from the throw-in. Langley with the intervention. As the fellow number 2 in French wants to get things moving again. Musto amongst her targets. They let themselves out of the corner. Full pressure evaded by the side in black and green. As Amber takes a touch and releases a fine ball forward. And they want to make a venture now. And they kept going here, Calder. Cross towards the box, it remains alive. Is there still a chance for Calder? Cleared off the line brilliantly by the lady celebrating her 50th appearance today. Galuccio clears off the line. A tremendous effort from from a well-regarded play here at Heidelberg. Could have gone perhaps from bad to worse. And Galluccio, when called upon, had the reply. As Camilleri routinely claims, hasn't had much of a real task so far in this contest. She obviously went down the spine of the pitch. Now Miata might have some space. Finding her fellow Preston Panthers teammate Musto, who's happy to recycle. Here's Galluccio in the centre of defence today. Of course, Weston also amongst that back line. The pass just going to run out of real estate for French to gather. Zeki wants to get this one moving once more. To it. As that one's got, it might have gone all the way in. That's caught me completely off guard. Lockhart. Unsure whether she's trying to find an opponent or the net, but she's found the top corner. A brilliant display from the number 9. What an audacious effort that's crept in. That is a brilliant goal from Lockhart. Camilleri hasn't had much to do today, but she had no reply as Lockhart's effort floated right over her and into the goal, catching the keeper off guard. It's 1 apiece with 22 minutes played. Home fans really enjoyed that one. As the goal scorer, she's applied a fair amount of pressure so far. Has encouraged Heidelberg to press on. This game is really starting to open up. Nicely intervened. There's French. She's back amongst it. She has to be at the top of her game today to snuff out any danger which Mamiambo possesses. Throughout the week at Series Futsal, it was Miata who spearheaded the Panthers campaign on that evening to a 6-3 win against the Carlton Heart, in which Miata was a major contributor on the scoreboard. 4 goals for Ashka. A lot of composure and vision about her game. Ashka Miata had 3 almost Calder shirts there to greet her when in possession. As French seems to have a fair bit this contest. Weston, Galluccio. That one's gone afraid towards the Windsor Insurance sponsorships logo, just near the Calder away dugout. As Miata received it and got it out wide. See a lot of Calder shirts getting behind the ball. Heidelberg slowly but surely creeping further up the field. As Musto. Fine pass to try and lock Lockhart, who couldn't garner the cross. She takes a tumble on the turf. Allows Camilleri to restart it once more for United. Heidelberg, they only trailing by a goal at half time. They would end up losing on that occasion, 3-1 against the Royals. But they've found the equaliser in this contest, courtesy of a brilliant effort from Lockhart, who caught everyone by surprise, myself included. She was pretty isolated in the position she scored from. She backed the chip, which paid off full dividends for her and her side. And since then, Heidelberg have continued to push the envelope as Miata to Muster. They have a great understanding. Miata letting it roll. It's a fine pass from Edwards, and allowed perhaps some space to open up. There's too much on it. Lockhart found Musto. They work it towards French, but try the reverse pass. Eck had to clear. Heidelberg looking a lot more reassured in possession. Miata. A little bit to do, she kept going, Ashka, until running out of real estate. And so far we haven't seen too much of Calder in terms of progressing further up the field. They've had a lot to do with their defensive duties. Zambo, always composed, as her captain. She wants to spread the play. She hasn't done so the way she would have hoped. You can see Heidelberg now a lot more settled into the contest. Edwards found her goalkeeper. A bit too much for Miata. She still manages to get the pass away to Musto. He finds French. That's things moving. Here's the number 7 and the captain, Galea. She receives it once more. Cross towards the goal of Camilleri, who claims with no real discomfort. In the halfway point of the first term, perhaps a little bit over it now, and Heidelberg have definitely introduced themselves into the game, having conceded. Feels if Calder are going to try and go over the top. Zambo, nicely composed in the centre of the park. Was Shimizu, and now there could be a chance for Calder opening up. Santu, created with French. Galea making the intervention. And you feel as if that's what they're going to look to do today with Calder. They have some fine quality attackers and are able to infiltrate on the break. Pass, not finding a teammate. She might get a second go at it. She does so. Galea and Eki, the captains, had collided. That ball's still on the frame towards the scoreboard end of the pitch. And leading that on occasion was Langley. The Hopeless moves it out wide. Here's Edwards. Edwards making it a task for Miata. She's equal to it. You can now notice how Calder like to have the high press. It's been spearheaded by Shimizu, who's pressing hard, and her team have pushed up. Scaliccio, Lofton over the captain. Calder.
Lockhart might be onto that. And she had to show some strength. It was Hayson
To keep Lockhart potentially causing any more problems. Musto, incisive pass, flag's gone up, the official in the position to make the call. It's right in front of the linesman, who's quick to raise his flag. So a decent contest so far, both sides finding the net. I feel as if you look around the skies of Melbourne this afternoon, uncertain whether the rain might follow. The goals certainly have been a factor in this contest, and they continue to rain on in. Galea. Musto, that one's nice and high. Oh, and Camilleri momentarily having a little fumble, then claiming, and she looks as if she might have hurt herself in the process. Calder players go to see if she's okay. The official calling for the United bench to come across. The goalkeeper looks as if she's in a world of trouble here. This will allow for both sides to just gather themselves for the moment. Perhaps managers can reinforce some tactics, and it's rather unfortunate what's happened to the goalkeeper. Just watch back what might have transpired there. Musto had it sent towards the box. Oh, and I think Lockhart might have just been a bit overzealous in trying to claim possession and involuntarily colliding with the keeper, who is back up on her feet. It's a good sight to see. Lockhart possesses that power about her play style. She acknowledges to the opposing keeper regarding her exuberance in trying to claim possession and perhaps remain a threat to Camilleri. And she's back up and she gets the ball back into play. She actually picks out a teammate brilliantly. Ambo wants to progress forward. She kept going with her run. They've now swapped wingers. Calder with Ambo and Sandhu swapping respective wings. Miata. Musto trying to get things moving forward. Eason composed, and Camilleri happy to blaze upwards. Mori is amongst it. Clearing, trying to find a teammate. It was Hayson. Nipping at the toes was Lum. It's Bailey. And Galuccio. Of course, had that goal line clearance to deny Calder of a 2-0 lead. So we discussed about how upon big occasions for players they rise to them, and so far the number 12 for Heidelberg has done so. 10 minutes remaining in the first half of football. Feels as if another goal could be coming, and Heidelberg are going to try and force that issue now as Galea spreads it nicely out towards French, who's in behind. Here's French. And Camilleri had it at a rather comfortable height for her to claim. It's a fine move from Heidelberg. Interplay between their midfielders. Once Galea saw French making up some real estate, the captain released it nicely towards her path. There's a chance there for United. Camilleri is happy to have that one at her mid-grip to claim. As Ambo lofted towards Lum. He was greeted quickly by a couple of Heidelberg shirts. One for being rested. Ambo's crossed that in. Punching away from her goal was Bailey. Galea flicking on. And it's just striking the hand of Smith, which prevents the move to continue for Calder. Heidelberg wasting no time now to move it quickly. Musto lofting towards Lockhart. And Camilleri quick to read the situation. Uses her full penalty area to her advantage. She's slowly having more of an input on this contest. Heidelberg testing her ever more so by the minute. As Lum held it up nicely. Shimizu just dispossessed by Galuccio. He's back amongst it. Dramatic effort from Heidelberg player to manufacture the pass. And so far, Bailey, despite she even guessed the right way of the penalty in the first half she conceded, prior and even after conceding, she had a very decent game. That ball's picked out Lockhart nicely. She's gone over the top towards Galea. And Galea, some real reinforcements in the centre lining up for her. She opted to dispatch towards goal and hadn't trapped it the way she would have hoped. Calder having just couldn't keep possession in their back half. Papalia quickly greeted by her opposing number 10, Lowry. Possession right back to Heidelberg. They tend to venture. They're very high up the pitch now. The home side. Only 7 minutes remaining in this first half. They're going to try really push that envelope to find that goal that will put them in front. Swip towards the central region of the box. Splashing up and high, not playing handsomely. They were. Lucio was very high up the pitch to send something forward. Trying to find the goal scorer in Sandu on the break. Couldn't do so. Lockhart wants to try to keep this in. She skips away. It bounces up nicely until she kept going. Lockhart, was she impeded? Penalty awarded for Heidelberg. And what a performance she's having so far. She equalised out of nothing and she's earned a penalty. Bit reckless they were, Calder in the box. And now a chance from the spot. The second one we'll see in this contest so far for the home side on the cusp of half-time. Valhopoulos, the taker. She has the task. Camilleri just being instructed by the referee about her movements on the line. Bit of tension in the stands. As this contest could be leaning Heidelberg's way. Valhopoulos against Camilleri. Valhopoulos to the right of the keeper it went. And the home side are loving that. They were 1-0 down via a penalty at the other end. They get one of their own and it now separates them from Calder United. With the team in yellow taking the lead. 41 minutes played in the first term. Fine placement from the number 8. Valhopoulos opens her account for the afternoon. Heidelberg are in the under-20s fixture prior to this one starting. Calder had breezed to a 3-0 victory, which may have slowed the beginning of this one. But they've bounced back nicely as Miata was trying to find Lockhart. Here's Camilleri once more. Claiming on the edge of her box. French intervened. Got it back to the goal scorer. Galia. To French and Heidelberg. Narrative's different now. They don't have to chase the game. In fairness, they hadn't exactly had much of a test so far from the away side. They had scored against the run of play. They do possess that quality on the counter-attack. However, they must be mindful of that. Heidelberg fans and officials alike will be rather content with how their side are playing so far. To regain control, they have the lead. Bailey has possession. Via the goal kick. Question marks surrounding how much added time will be instated by the officials. Of course, it was a bit of a lengthy stoppage. And Camilleri had hit the turf following the Lockhart running. As Musto. Of course, where's the number 9 for the Panthers on a Wednesday night? As the allocated the number 17 for her outdoor side. And a throw in going as far as Heason, who wanted to just send that one back out of play. And that throw-in not working or finding anyone for Heidelberg from Musto. Edwards rather. As Calder looked to try play at the back, Miata intervened momentarily. Lowry had it stolen off it by Miata. Getting stuck in both sides, trying to keep possession. Miata had Ambo to beat. She kept going. Ashka Miata just ran out of space in the end. The officials look towards their watches, as there might be one last move for Heidelberg, as Lockhart had Galea on for the pass. Everyone holds their breath. It's good. It went towards the back post. Unsure. Musto now receives. She waits for some reinforcements. Lockhart nipping at the toes. Volhopoulos. And cleared quickly by Calder. Langley clearing as far. As a deep throw in for Heidelberg. They still have time. As Musto was the target, she controlled, she turned. Lockhart, still a chance remaining. Calder getting bodies in the way for the moment. Much forward for Langley to really work with. There might be one last break if Calder can get it up and over. Musto denying them of that chance. Still remaining in stoppage time. The board had not gone up. The offside flag was waved by the official. So still a chance for Calder to conjure up something on the cusp of half time. You feel as if they're going to really try and make something of this. It could be the last chance of the half. They send bodies forward to try something. Long ball forward. Heading back towards goal. They were a bit of confusion around it. Nipping at the toes. For Calder. They look towards the official. Unsure on whether or not there was an impingement. Uncertain that the back was French. And for a moment, I thought Sandhu might have been going towards the spot again. The official now sounds her whistle for half-time. Heidelberg have begun this contest a goal down via a nicely converted penalty from Sandhu. They've weathered the storm and turned the tide. And now lead 2-1 as we cross to a short half-time break.
As the start of the second half is not too far away from us. The home side
with a 1-goal advantage, having found the net on 2 occasions throughout the first term. Of course, they were trailing via a Calder penalty, which was converted by their number 6, Sandhu. So you'd expect perhaps a response from the away side. They started early in the first term. Since then, the home side have stepped their authority upon the contest. As Miata went over the top, quick to Galea. Camilleri's come jostling off the line. Galea crosses. Lockhart lurking. Bounces everywhere. The flag has gone up. But Galea remained on the deck. A yellow card issued by the official. As a free kick has been awarded to Heidelberg. So very quick start from the home side. They took their time coming out of the change rooms, and they've compensated by starting very fast here. You can see Miata on the edge of the area. Lockhart at the back post. French also amongst it. Galea in the centre. That's dispatched towards the central region of the goal. Galea now trying to nip at the toes of Calder as they clear quickly as far as the free kick taker Musto, who shifts onto her left boot. Headed clearance. Lockhart trying to get it to ground. Lockhart spun and turned and kept going was Lockhart. It remained alive. Galea trying to finish. A couple of players remain on the deck. And that's got to be painful for both players involved. Initial shot from Lockhart. Hit with some ferociousness. And you put your body on the line in these contests. And certainly did their captain Eki, who was involved in the crosshairs. Camilleri, the second time today, she's found some discomfort. As the referee is ensuring that the captain has recovered following that hefty shot she'd copped to her stomach. She wears the armband proud. The number 12 made potentially a goal-stopping intervention. As Heidelberg have come out here red hot. As the sun, in typical Melbourne weather, always unpredictable. It is now gleaming upon us here at Olympic Park. As Miata was confronted by Eki, the captain. Miata managed to get the cross away. It would have gone out of play before she could do so. The official in position to make the call. As Heidelberg quick to push their players high up the pitch. And that pass just rolling out of play for a French throw-in. Of course, around the grounds so far across the NPL women's competition. Last night was the beginning of the round, which was a home victory to Box Hill United. They beat Alamein 2-1 at Wembley Park. Also last evening, Preston Lions holding Football Victoria emerging at BT Connor Reserve to 2 goals apiece. The Royals played Burundara today, in which they had lost at home. It was 1-1 at half-time, with Burundara finding a winning goal in the second half, which gave them the 3 points on the road. Meanwhile, Sandhu had options in the centre. French there to greet her. Shimizu let it roll. Now Galea. And Heidelberg want to transition quickly. Musto. Lockhart in the centre. She's gone towards her region. And flaming with confidence is Camilleri. The away side trying to gain some ground. Ambo's been rather quiet as a substitution has been activated. That ball's gone over the top. The flag stays down. Running hard they were. It was Lum. Ambo. Reverse pass to Lum, who's trying to shift. They make their way into the box. Lum's taken a rather nasty knock. She's slow to get back to her feet. Still hasn't done so. With the referee ensuring that she's okay. She's now back up moving again. As Smith has the throw. Shimizu. Just want to grab some clarification around the substitute that has entered the fray. As Zambo kept going. Mammy, she continued her run. It stays alive. She was greeted by Ashka Miyata. Of course, they've had a few encounters against each other. Both in the outdoor pitch and the indoor court. Respected players upon the series futsal competition held in Thomastown. As Valhopoulos was amongst it, the most recent goal scorer for Heidelberg. Also around the grounds today, Bentley Greens took an important victory over Brunswick Juventus at Kingston Heath. A 1 goal the difference for them on that occasion. As Heidelberg just at the moment weathering the forward possession in which the away side are starting to boast. Of course, the last fixture of this 4th round of NPL women's football will be at the Venator Club, where the Lions take on South Melbourne. Of course, Bulleen, the 1 loss, but 2 wins for them so far this season. South Melbourne, only having played 2 games, have a draw and a victory. So Valhopoulos was impeded. Referee in position to make the call. Heidelberg win possession back. And what a win today would mean for Galluccio and her side. As Galea was the target. She just, however, wasn't found. As French just flicking out of harm's way. An important win for Bentley, having been on the receiving end of 2 losses in their previous fixtures. Needed to claim 3 points on offer today. As that throw is going to... Oh, and a massive defensive calamity, and a chance opens up for Calder. Can they finish? What a costly mistake it was from Heidelberg in their defensive half. It allowed for Calder to press up high within their box. Bailey came off her line. We know she has that tendency. It hasn't worked for her, unfortunately, this occasion. But the away side are loving that. They've equalised. This contest has been topsy-turvy so far. equalisers and aplenty. And the away supporters, unsure if you can hear them on the stream, they're thoroughly enjoying that one. Just wasn't dealt with. A bit of miscommunication, perhaps. And Lum had all the time in the world. An empty net to kick it into. As Heidelberg could be in trouble here. One of their players still remains on the deck. If you watch back what's happened here, potentially could have been a penalty, as Shimizu was definitely impeded by the player that still remains on the pitch. He's in a world of discomfort. With French. Oh, she gone in hard to try on the ball back, having made the initial mistake. It's rather unfortunate from her. She hasn't played, well, as poorly as that mistake was, unfortunately for her. She's having a rather decent, solid shift in the full-back position up until what was a costly error. And for the fans of the green and black so far today, got to be happy with that mistake made from Heidelberg. Lively start to the second term as a substitution will be called upon. Weston has been substituted. If she was the one that, it wasn't French rather, it was Weston who has been injured following that play. It's the home side making a change. As a substitute intervening early on, she had to climb up high to clam the head up. Valhopoulos, Ambo pressing high. As Miata put some pressure upon the substitute, she went long and high towards Papalia. And Camilleri clearing. With French unable to find a Heidelberg shirt. Now Galuccio happy to recycle through Bailey. Galuccio being pressed upon. Miata trying to alleviate some pressure. She searched for her captain Galea in a wide area, who combined it with French. Galea tumbling in, as was French once more. As Cameron Barrerio has entered the fray. Following the substitution that occurred with Sienna Weston residing to the bench. Fire control from Ambo. And Bailey had to be aware, and that ball's just skimmed over the top of Ambo's hair, you could say, from the goalkeeper. As Papalia's trying to move it in the centre of the park, and that's a brilliant ball to pick out Ambo, who has abundance of time and space. Barreiro couldn't make the tackle, and she's impeded Ambo, who had gotten well and truly beyond her, right on the edge of the area. Mammy's coming to life, as are Calder. They started the second term a goal down. They equalised following a major calamity in the back half from Heidelberg, and they now have a chance to infiltrate the goal once more. Free kick towards the central region of Bailey's goal. And no one from either side there to deal with it. Of course, the only loss so far for Calder was in round 1 against Football Victoria Emerging. A 4-2 loss away from home. Their first home game of the season was a 4-2 victory against the Royals. As another substitution is scheduled for the away side, with Lum being replaced. So the goal scorer has resided to the bench. As Langley couldn't trap it. Now Miata tried to play a long ball forward. They have it in the centre of the park. Look how Heidelberg press. They've won it back. Valhopoulos, incisive. Lockhart has a chance. It's a big save from Camilleri, who had to scramble as Papalia was running to bundle it in. A fine save from the keeper. We mentioned before the power in which Lockhart possesses about her game. That effort certainly had abundance of it. Camilleri equal to the task for the moment. As a fine intervention there from the captain, who can see it's a corner. So they have players in the box, Heidelberg. What problems can they cause for Camilleri and her Calder company? Musto dispatches with some height. Galea had the chance following the header. I don't think she was, well, expecting to make contact. She, however, did so. I posed no threat to Calder on that occasion. And just looking at Heidelberg's season in review, began it here at Olympic Park, the 2-0 win against Alamein. On the road to the Lions, they had lost. And at home last week to the Royals, also facing the same 3-1 scoreline loss. They'll certainly try to turn their fader as Miata found Valhopoulos, who turned and got the shot away. Valhopoulos! And the home fans acknowledge that. Brilliance from the player who converted from the spot in the first half. She span away, eluding everyone around her. Nearly finished. It would have been something on from the top shelf. As Bererio intervened nicely. And now Ambo in that central role could be in behind Galuccio. Crashing in was Shimizu. And a big clearance forward from Edwards. And the home fans growing in noise. As Valhopoulos pressing high. Musto getting a touch. Amber the target. Using her height to her advantage was Edwards, who had to force Bailey to come off her line to clear. Brilliant from Oscar Miata. Releases French. This one slowly but surely gaining momentum to it. Melbourne skyline opening up. The goals have been on full display throughout the entire contest so far. As Shimizu, Glucho was well in. And it culminated in the opposing number 7. Just momentarily touching the turf. As Ambo tried to head it on towards the penalty converter, Sandhu. Ambo was amongst it for a moment. French sliding in. Possession was called way before that intervention. So the number 2 jostles back to deal with the throw-in, which was taken quickly. So handball was acknowledged by the referee. So either side with a definite case for an equaliser. Calder have capitalised upon Heidelberg mistakes as Velhopoulos in the engine room, creating a pulse, tried to get the ball forward, couldn't do so. As Miata intelligently uses her body. Shimizu perhaps might have been impeded. Plays continued. As Lockhart was the target. She's always so dangerous when jostling towards goal. Once again, you've got to give credit to both keepers and the way they use their respective penalty areas to their advantage. As that long ball over the top was sort of offside, Mami Ambo. As Calder refined possession. Shimizu, incisive pass, could be a chance here for Calder. They skip around, go towards goal, and a gleaming chance not taken. It was brilliant play all round from Calder. They just couldn't convert when it mattered. Big chance goes astray, and in matches like these, you feel as if they're very hard to come by. As ball hotly competed for in the engine room. Smith with a nice cross, had nice shape on it. She'll get a second chance of it again. Unfortunately for her, it's bobbled up. And has, well, hit her hand on the way through. As a long ball searching for Lockhart. Eki there momentarily intervening. As Lockhart found French, who went forward, and Velhopoulos will put some pressure upon Eki, the captain. Who had to be clean, she was. That's a fine result for Heidelberg. Galea pushing up high. As Musto. Miata. Musto generating a cross once more, clearing. Was Hayson. Substitute intervened momentarily as Miata had to get back, sliding on the turf. She was, with the blue headband on today. Upon seeing her participate in the Women's Series Futsal League in Thomastown, she possesses that Javi-like vision to the play as Ambo momentarily skipped away. It's a brilliant tackle from Edwards to prevent any goal-scoring chance. As Valopoulos, the goal scorer, has been imperative so far. Musto awaited the options forward, couldn't find nothing worth a pass as French went towards Galea. They're beginning to build. Galea went low towards Lockhart. Valopoulos still applying pressure. Musto. And see Miata lurking forward now also. French. Galea. Back towards French. Can she trap it? Oh. And everyone around the stadium for a moment was unsure what was going to happen there. Might have been trickling in. Trickled across the face. But a corner has been awarded for the side building a stronger case than their opposing side this evening. Musto and Galea behind it. It's Galea to Musto. She launches a deep one. Camilleri had to claim. She couldn't. Heidelberg fans will claim it's a goal. Unsure on what could occur here. The official had decent view. Camilleri got up nice and high to claim it. The Heidelberg fans definitely think that they have found the goal in which they have been awarded. Camilleri wasn't impeded. As Papalia, they're at the right place at the right time to give Heidelberg their lead. An unfortunate moment for Camilleri. As Papalia changes the complexion of this contest once more. What a game it's been. With the scores 3-2 in favour of the home side. The referee looked towards her linesman, whose flag wasn't raised. So upon their conversation, the goal was awarded. We have seen equalisers and lead changes in abundance so far today. Can the away side change the narrative once more? As a long provocative pass is going to reach its target. And away they go, Calder. They enter the box. Ambo, 1-2, chance here! And they've entered corner. So end-to-end football at the moment. Straight from the kickoff. United not lying down. You can see Hasten just making her way towards the box. As is Zeki. They possess height about them. Calder play the corner short towards the near post. Nobody home as Bailey gave it all she got and then some. Bouncing ball now to deal with for Hoddle, for Calder. And they're going to press Galea, and having to remain so composed was Smith, who had abundance of pressure to deal with from Heidelberg. That one wasn't caught the way in which Benadio would have wanted to. As Musto remained composed. Shit pass to find Papalia. The flag remains down. Papalia shifting away. Entering the box was Papalia. And she's conceded a goal kick. Owen Lockhart might have taken a hit following what occurred there. She looks... Oh, she's now back up and running. She's earned the ball back. And now Miata wants to go. Musto back towards Lockhart. Had a few to deal with. And going. An unconventional clearance forced. As Heidelberg can put this one beyond reasonable doubt. They are to find net again. They do have a corner. They are pushing for it now. They sense the opportunity which lies ahead of them. Walsh was the substitute. Finally received some confirmation throughout in that for Calder. And she's been lively so far for them in her respective attacking end. Meanwhile, Musto's going to go short towards the region of Miata, who couldn't trap it. Valhopoulos had a swing. Lockhart was the target. Galea pressing. The two captains momentarily competing. Has another change to follow. Papalia, who was there to score. That was her final inclusion of the afternoon. With Hayden replacing her. As Valhopoulos tried to turn. French want to go long with the throw. No one dealing with it. Lockhart. Bobbling ball. Not cleared yet by Calder. And the effort's dispatched towards goal. It was dipping in potentially. Camilleri happy to set sail over her crossbar. But a snapshot effort. Just not working for Heidelberg. So 40 minutes remaining, 76 played so far. A very topsy-turvy contest we've had today at Olympic Village. And you feel as if there's another turn to the tail. As United awarded a free kick. You wonder what response they're going to try find. Of course, look at both managers. The home manager and Luis Spiridis, who was your coach of the season last year for Bayside, who have now turned into the Bentley Greens. So a bit of pedigree surrounding him. Still relatively new to Heidelberg. And the talented players that they have on the park. As Valhopoulos couldn't trap that one from Musto. If you look towards the away manager in Kuglan Sabaratnam. Had a fair bit to say throughout the week and provided some insight to Calder United's Instagram page about today's game. So we wonder what he can conjure up for his side. They were leading at one stage, of course, capitalising upon Heidelberg mistakes and showcasing a bit of craftiness about their counter-attacking play. They aren't a stranger to scoring so far this season. As Valhopoulos has been busy in the engine room, as is Miata. She went forward trying to find Hayden, who's taking on that central role. And she lets it roll now for Musto, who's there to chase and there to clear. It was Hayson. Has yet another substitution to follow, with the captain handing the responsibility. That's her final inclusion today for Eki. She takes to the bench. The armband. Oh, she hasn't exactly dished it off to anybody, so not sure who's got that responsibility at the minute for Calder. As Calder
try to progress forward. Couldn't work it out their defensive half. And getting a bit overzealous and trying to win the ball was Walsh. As a cross comes in, Hayson defends nicely. They claim a handball. It might have hit the shoulder region of the centre half as Musto puts some height on it. Camilleri had to claim. And she had done so. Puts boot to ball. But Adio equal to it. Reads it nicely, trying to find Lockhart. Hayden came crashing in. As now Calder try and lock this Heidelberg defence with a nice pass over the top. A brilliant one too to allow Sandu to run into. And she's in behind here. Options queue up in the centre. She couldn't pick either of them out. Bailey relieved to claim. In two minds there, perhaps the attacker. As Hayden couldn't claim, it's bounced over a few. Musto progressing further up the pitch. Alhopoulos controlled and found Musto. But Edo trying to go aerial to find the substitute, Hayden. She's now back in possession. Has a pink headband on today. And of course her left knee taped up a fair bit. As she tried to dispossess Ambo. And now Miata showcasing some silk. And that pass, however, not just finding a target. As Camilleri was being pressed upon. And Calder just conceding possession. They made a task of that. As yet another substitution to be announced with Lockhart jostling off. She earned a penalty today for her side and scored a remarkable goal in which it caught everyone off guard. She looks rather gingerly as she makes her way off. Although she's in some discomfort, it looks like she might be. But a fine game today from the number 9. Her goal definitely candidate for goal of the week. So a bit of a reshuffle for Heidelberg. There's an audacious chip, in which opened this, well, which got them back on level terms in the first half. With Tode replacing the number 9. As this contest slowly coming to a close, you can see the sleeves on Edwards' shirt just rolled up. As Tode bounced off her head nicely in towards the path of Hayden, who tried to find Valhopoulos, couldn't do so. Galuccio was only 8 minutes away from celebrating her 50th appearance for the club with a victory. Valhopoulos just a little bit late. Now Calder feels as if it might be all systems go soon. As time becoming a factor, 7 minutes remaining for the away side to try and find a result. As they venture forward, Ambo the target, Miata flicking towards Barrerio. He got caught on it, Miata trying to regain possession. And Ashka went long to try to find Galia and couldn't do so. So this one's slowly coming to a close. Unsure on how much out of time we could be entitled to, as Heidelberg continue to try to find a goal that would put it beyond a reasonable doubt. Valhopoulos found Tode brilliantly, who claimed. They
Cheer for a handball. Now adamant that it might have hit the hand of the Calder player as the ball trickles towards the grandstand. A yellow card been issued to Barreiro, perhaps for dissent. Referee having none of that. So another card awarded to Heidelberg. As Barreiro tried to find Torre. And they're just having a bit of a discussion, the player and official at the moment. And they'll get to do it all over again. Zambo amongst it with Barreiro, using her strength to keep possession was Aiton. Valhopoulos remains on the turf. As Aiton was overzealous in trying to earn possession. And of course, next week, Heidelberg return to the Veneto club to face Borundura on that Saturday night, same time as today, 5 p.m. next week. So they're not too far away from finding their second win of the season, as Ambrose couldn't keep that one alive. As for Calder, in the next round 5 fixture, they return home to face Bentley Greens at Kilo Lodge Reserve. A Sunday fixture at 3 p.m. on the 21st of April. They're certainly no strangers to goals. Having, across the competition so far, scoring on 10 occasions now. In only 4 rounds of football. Just not able to keep it tight in defence. Have conceded. Eight goals prior to the start of this contest, now 11. So not the best defensive record. Showcasing a decent attacking one, however. As Heidelberg have remained in control. They weathered the storm. Does it feel like a win for them today, the probable result? But Calder still have time. As Musto tried to find Valhopoulos. Pressing high she was. Galea also amongst it. And they keep possession. As Musto was a target, a bit too much mustard on that for her to receive. The goal kick to follow for Camilleri. It feels as if Calder, they need a sense of urgency. They'll try to find something from this game. But they continue to play rather deep. And that ball only finding Barreiro, who heads out of play. So normal time almost up, additional time soon to follow. In nearly the last minute of it. And it feels as if Calder have to really go for it now. Ambo spinning around 3 Heidelberg shirts. She lofted it towards Edwards. As Miata tried to find Torre. Hayden intervening, not allowing the long ball forward to happen. And you can see Smith just desperate to get this throw underway to keep play alive. 30 seconds of normal time remain as Smith. Asuka telling her to do it all over again. Question marks around the added time for the contest. As Smith had to go. Ambo coming deep to receive possession. No pass not fighting anybody. As Toddett swung a boot at it. Now Smith once more. 5 minutes of stoppage time for Calder. As Miata found Hayden, who couldn't trap it. Ambo now. Miata getting stuck in. Smith. Throw finds her marker. He couldn't find a teammate. He couldn't trap that properly. So Heidelberg back in possession. And you feel as if they don't make any monumental errors. They'll hold on to the 3 points. A much needed 3 points. It is for them. Of course, having spoken to officials representing the home side before today's contest, they do have firm belief upon their side and coaching staff this season. They've got all the ingredients. They're just trying to make things gel. Calder have put up a very decent performance. They've kept Heidelberg honest, and they still have time to change the narrative as they go forward. It's a brilliant searching pass to find Walsh. If she can keep it in. The official, the linesman, calls Walsh offside. It was a great ball to find her from distance. The flag, however, intervening. And that opportunity goes a-begging for the Keilor-based club. With time ticking ever so close to the culmination of this contest. Long ball forward from Bailey. Musto continuing the press. Hayden also. But Calder want to keep going. Miata intervening. As the fresher legs of the substitute wanted to venture forward, Miata found Musto. Nearly an incisive pass from Valhopoulos. Just couldn't find her marker. And now knowing the task, Calder they were. Bit of an impressive run from Ayton. Let's try to conjure up something. As that one's gone up and high and out of play from Galluccio, who's surely not too far away from celebrating a win on her 50th. She has this to deal with, however. As Miata came in with Galea. It's a bouncing ball on the edge of the area, but a free kick's been awarded. Calder just not able to generate the chance following the foul in which occurred in that play. And you feel as if that's going to be all she wrote. It's Bailey taking her time, the official having a glance at her watch. You can hear Bailey enforcing her players to push higher up the pitch. But Calder streaming forward. It's all systems go now for them. Throw towards Walsh. She traps. Miata happy to clear. Still perhaps a possibility for the impossible to occur. As Galluccio had to deal with a cross. And now's a corner. And Mami Ambo is taking no time to take it. They all stream in. All the Calder players getting in the box. Surprised Camilleri hasn't made a trip down. All of the green and black shirts are in the penalty area. Bar the goalkeeper, who's pushed up beyond the halfway line. It's crossing towards the near post, not dealt with as quickly as it should have been. But Bailey claims at the near post it wasn't the greatest delivery. As Bailey went long. Still it remains alive for Calder. As Sandhu got it out wide. Still a chance remaining. Langley. The defending strong. Valhopoulos trying to get stuck in still. As the whistle has finally sounded, the home fans are made to sweat no longer. Their side have earned the 3 points. A relentless Calder, who initially had taken the lead in this game via a penalty in the first half. That was cancelled out by a brilliant effort from the home side's number 9, Lockhart. A topsy-turvy game. It ended half-time 1 apiece. Upon the start of the second half, it was the away side that came crashing out the gate when they had taken the lead following a defensive calamity. Heidelberg, however, despite going down once more, they clawed themselves back into it, grabbed an equaliser, and eventually the winning goal from Papalia. But upon the 50th appearance for Galluccio, her side go home the victors. At Olympic Park, the final score of this round 4 fixture. Heidelberg United 3, Calder United 2. As you can see, Galluccio jostling across towards her home fans. A fine result for her, be well merited. It's their second win of the season, Heidelberg. Can they continue this form next week? I've been Adam Palombi, and I appreciate you joining us today on YouTube for this 4th round of NPL Women's. We'll join you soon on the next one. Thank you. Goodbye.